We're live. Morning, it's Bill, the knee pain guru. Today we're going to talk about knee arthritis prevention. I got a great question from Tony the other day. He's a parkour guy, and I appreciate questions that look deeper into what's going on in the body. And you'll see when I read Tony's question as to what I'm talking about. The depth of the question leads to a better answer. And this is something that I work with my clients on. You ask better questions, you get better answers. And this is really important with knee pain. And when we're looking at an old paradigm, the Western medical model in terms of their pain approach to the body leads you with pain management, which is not getting out of pain. When you look at the technology that the body is capable of, we have this hardwiring that is thousands, if not millions of years old, and how it knows how to get out of pain. If you tap into that understanding of how the body works, then it's a completely different game. So Tony asks, hi Bill, could you talk about this in a video? If you get a partial meniscectomy, which means they're taking out part of your meniscus, and there still is enough meniscus to protect the articular cartilage, can you protect the knee from getting arthritis, or will the meniscus start to break down over time from physical activities? And he's talking specifically about parkour, that it teaches safety measures such as rolls and other techniques to reduce the impact on the joints. So it's a great question, and it gets someone who has had surgery and has knee pain and is concerned about arthritis to begin to think differently. But in order to think differently, we have to understand what is the setup for arthritis. So arthritis doesn't just happen. There is generally pain, stiffness. That's the definition of arthritis, pain and stiffness in the joints. So when we look at pain and stiffness in the joints, what is happening in the joint? The joint's tensing up to protect itself. And when the joint tenses up to protect itself, it begins to squeeze out. Like just with me squeezing my hand here for a second, you can see how the knuckles start getting white, because it's squeezing out the blood and the oxygen that is capable of getting in there. Think of it like a sponge next to your sink. The tighter you squeeze the sponge, the more the fluid or water gets out of the sponge. So even if you put that sponge underneath the faucet, it can't absorb the water. The same thing happens in your knee when you experience knee pain. So the joint squeezes closer together, and it squeezes out the synovial fluid in the joint. Pain, stiffness, because there's not enough space in the joint. So the joint gets dry, dehydrated, and begins to wear. And if you have a diagnosis of arthritis, all diagnosis of arthritis is dehydrated joint. Independent of any activity you're doing, all diagnosis of arthritis is dehydrated joint. Conventional thinking is, well, if I drink more water, the joint will rehydrate. However, if we have this tension in the joint because of the pain that continues to tell the joint the body's protecting itself, tenses up more, no matter how much water you drink, it can't get in the joint. And then we have to look at, is the body even capable of absorbing the water to get in the joint to rehydrate it? But that's a couple steps down the road. First and foremost, we have to be able to relax the joint so the blood and the oxygen and the water that you're drinking is able to get in here. This is how we set up the conditions in the body so the body is able to heal what's going on in the knees. This is a bigger picture stuff. Like the docs and the PTs aren't going to be looking at this because it's a holistic approach. They're going to look at pain in the joint. How can we get rid of the pain in the joint, forgetting about the rest of the body? So we have to look at the joint in relationship to the other systems that are going on that's creating the joint to be this way. So meniscus surgery, you have surgery to remove part of the meniscus that's torn. You have the trauma from the meniscal tear. Now you have the trauma from the surgery that does this to the joint, causes the joint to tighten up to protect itself. The more we create comfort in the knee by getting the pressure off of the nerves, working with the intrinsic movement of the joint, the subtle movements, when we look at nerves the width of an eyelash being squeezed that are causing pain, creating the joint to tense up, when we work with that intrinsic joint, get the pressure off of the nerves, you switch neurological states in the body from a fight or flight state, tense state, to a rested and relaxed state. So when we shift that neurological pattern that's going on in this tight joint, the joint starts to relax. So now, I'm not so concerned about the activity you're doing. Parkour, martial arts, basketball, running, hiking, all of that other stuff isn't as much of a concern because we're teaching the joint, we're teaching the body how to upset this pattern of tension, discomfort, pain. We're beginning to reverse the process and teaching the body to recover faster after the activity, whatever it is. The parkour, whatever else you want to do. The idea is you want to live your life. You don't want to be thinking about, oh, am I going to have arthritis? And when the mentality is you have meniscus surgery, arthritis is going to be a foregone conclusion, you're already starting at a disadvantage. Like the mindset is already in a place that arthritis is going to happen because you don't understand the mechanisms that are going on that are creating the arthritis to begin with. That's what I had to share today. It was a great question from Tony. I appreciate him sending it in. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like and subscribe to my channel, The Knee Pain Guru. Head over to my website, thekneepainguru.com. Take my 7-day knee pain reduction challenge. This is going to teach you begin to teach you how to get the pressure off of the nerves in the knee, begin to feel relief when I'm talking about creating comfort in the joint, because I know it's completely opposite of what anyone has been telling you to this point. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the video. Once again, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru. Share this video with your friends, send in questions, and head over to my website, thekneepainguru.com. Check it out. I got great information over there, products and programs to help you from a natural and holistic approach to relieve the pain in your knees so you can go live your life without thinking about your pain all the time. Have a good day, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.